so hard to please. But look around.
Our friends and relatives in Denmark. And I also like to have you meet my two old brothers, Bill and Paul. Come on, brothers.
Hi, Torque.
How are you?
How you doing? This is Bill.
Very good to see
Glad
you.
to know you.
Yeah. Come on in, girls.
Come on over here. Boy, it's beautiful
Julie,
out here.
come here.
Yeah,
here.
that's
Come
great.
here.
We're sending this to Denmark.
Come over here. My two wonderful granddaughters.
There you are.
Jill and Julie.
There. It's the
See how tall they are? Right?
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
This is my daughter Karen, who owns this house. We all had a very nice dinner today, and we're taking pictures for our relatives in Denmark.
Will that be able to...
Hi, everybody.
Will that sound?
Come on in.
Will that pick up the sound?
Yeah, it should. At least his voice and mine. I don't know about the rest of us.
Come on in, folks. We're going to have fricadilla.
We're in the recreation room of Karen's home, and I want you to meet my favorite son, James, who is our official photographer, who will take pictures of all these beautiful people so that all of you in Denmark can appreciate all the beauty and talent that we have in the great United States. And
It's getting thick in here now. Don't anybody move around.
come here, favorite.
Here's
After
My
that,
favorite brothers.
this is called
Talk
Bull
slower.
Productions.
This is my little brother, Bill. He'll now take over. Shake hands.
Bill. I understand you're going to be the impresario to talk to all these great people that we've assembled here for this festive occasion, which is the leftover of the 4th of July, which is known as the 5th of July.
Right. I'll do the best I can since I'm not getting paid. We're celebrating the 4th, which I'm very proud to say the Danes are the only country in the world that celebrate with us, and I'm very proud of that.
Oh, really?
I'm going to get hold of a mic, I think, and I'm going to interview our family for you. I'm going to start out with the youngest member, who's going to be a star in the sports world of tomorrow in the United States. This is James Gundel, not Gundel, from Dayton, Ohio. You'll see him on television and the Olympics in years to come. James, say a few words to the public in Denmark.
Hi.
Well, say a little more than that. Tell them what position you play.
Played third base and second base in baseball.
Right. Tell them what your batting average is.
Around 400.
Right. And do you prefer baseball, James, or soccer? What is your favorite sport?
I don't know, I like them all.
Good. Do you have anything more to add before I go on to the next person?
No?
It's been a pleasure having you on, and we hope to have you make a repeat performance.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. All right, dear friends in Denmark, I want you to meet the most famous hostess since Elsa Maxwell.
How do you do? I'm Karen. I'm Torque's daughter, and my name is Karen Hill.
Tell her about the great cake you made for us today.
Well, I don't think it was that great, but it was a very simple little concoction called Ritz Crackers pie.
Right, and if you want the recipe back in Denmark, write for it and we'll give it to you in Danish.
You're going to translate?
No, your father will.
Oh, okay.
But it was excellent. It was close to Danish apple-cag. Anything more to say, lovely Karen?
Except no apples in this keg.
All right, thank you very much for the invite. We enjoyed the day.
I enjoy having you all here
Right.
today.
I think we're going. You don't need identification of this lovely gal. She's the senior member of the women's here today, and she'll say a few words to you, but not in Danish.
No, I'm Lenore, Torque's wife, and we're very happy to be able to photograph the group together today to celebrate after 4th of July.
Tall in Denmark. This is Jeff Hill. Jeff is now in college, and he's going to say a few words how he loves it. You notice he hasn't said anything yet.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and college is great. Wonderful.
He is going to graduate cum laude. Cum laude and help me. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Girls and computers.
And lunch. Computers. Computers, yes. And business. I'm majoring in business, not computers.
And girls as a minor.
Good.
I'm thinking
Girls
about
is a
it.
minor subject.
But he'll become a major.
And my mom says I'm working as a computer programmer, too. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for being on the air with us.
I'm
And
glad to be
your
here.
check will be in the mail
Hope I can
tomorrow.
come back some other time.
Be called a blank check.
You're gonna do Jim's wife.
Sharon,
What are you waiting?
from Dayton, Ohio, and any revelations on the road?
My husband would prefer I didn't mention it.
Oh.
Traffic.
When you're-
5-hour trip from Dayton to
But
Chicago.
if you go over the speed limit as your husband does, you're here in about 3 hours.
That's correct.
Right. Well, thank you very much for being with us this evening.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Red,
You want me to stay? I-
she's been to Denmark. You saw her when she was younger, but still is beautiful.
Hi.
Identify yourself. They haven't seen you in years.
Daughter, and I was in Denmark 26 years ago and had dinner with all of you. And Janet, you were just a little boy,
Right,
and I
perfect.
met your mother, and Liz, and Kenneth, and his family. And I still got pictures of it, and it was a lot of fun, and I know you won't recognize me.
Right.
And it was nice talking to you again.
And she eats cheese, so she's a real. Sally's husband, Don
right.
Holt.
I'm Don Holt. I'm married to Sally Gundell. Paul Gundell's,
There's no light in here.
you don't need it. Paul Gundell's son-in-law, and probably the only one that's not a Sweden. Okay, well, there's two of us in here that are the same. And
Great.
you got anything else to say to me?
No, I just wanted to tell our friends back home that Don was just made president of the Union Local in Chicago. And as you know, the father of Torkel and Paul and I was also a union president, so we're preserving the unionism in our family.
Through marriage.
Well, through marriage, okay, whichever way you want to do it.
Thank you for
It's a
having
It's a delight to have you here today, and a check will be in the mail.
I'd rather have cash bill.
Oh, okay. And Cronin's.
Right.
I hear.
All right, here comes the birthday kid for July coming up. Should have said that about Lenore too. She's got one coming up before.
Yeah, you should have.
All right. I don't have to identify this. This is the oldest jeweler in Chronicle years on State Street, the famous street in Chicago. Over 60 years a jeweler.
64.
64, okay. You'll kill me for a year or two. You can't get better jewelry in Chicago than on that great street, State Street. 20th floor, United Insurance Building, 1 East Wacker.
That's enough.
Okay, say a few
I
words
just-
about your product.
I don't want to. I want to just say hello to all the relatives in Copenhagen, who it was my pleasure to visit approximately 22 years ago at this very moment this month. And I enjoy seeing the pictures from time to time of how the boys have grown up, and also the young lady and the family. And I wish you all well, and thank you very much.
You better say who you are.
Where you live,
Are
and
we
you
on the
go
air?
to school.
And tell
Where
them
you
what
go
you're
to school.
interested in. Tell them you like to cook, or you like to sew, or tell
All right,
them
sorry.
Are we on the air?
you know, you're.
Start with
Are we on
Jim.
the air?
Yeah, tell them about yourself.
Are we on the air?
Tell them you work at Kmart as a
Good. Okay,
cashier.
dear relatives of the Denmark, have you ever seen such feminine pulchritude as this on each side of me? The girls of Des Plaines.
No, one girl.
This look, all right, this is, will you please introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Julie, and I'm like Karen's daughter and Torik's granddaughter.
Tell us what you're doing this summer,
I'm working, playing basketball, softball,
right, and you learned to drive recently.
a year ago.
How do you like it?
Oh, it's okay.
And you're watching our speed limits?
Yeah.
How many tickets have you got already?
None.
None. That's a very good record. Okay, we'll go to this charmer.
I'm Jill, Jim's daughter, and Tork's my grandpa too. And I live in Beaver Creek, Ohio, and I like to play volleyball and softball.
And what are you doing this summer to keep active?
volleyball conditioning.
And do you drive yet?
Yes,
And do you like it?
yes.
What kind of a car do you drive?
A Volvo.
Good, that's a Swedish car.
Yes.
Right. They have a lot of Volvos in Denmark, so they'll be proud to hear that. Go. Okay, we're back to my favorite nephew, Jim. As you can see, he's a little taller than I am because he eats his oatmeal, and I don't care for it. Jim,
Yes.
as you know, was a major in service for many years, and we'd like to know how you adapted to civilian life.
Very well.
Uh-huh.
Very well. I retired a year ago, and since then I've grown up and got a job for a living.
Uh-huh.
My mother now can't say, Jimmy doesn't work.
No. Is it true, the rumors that we hear, that actually you didn't retire but were thrown out of service?
Those rumors were unfounded. Those were
Okay.
unfounded
And,
rumors when actually I was retired with honors.
With honors, okay.
In fact, they had a very
Well-
nice ceremony and presented me a medal.
Right, well, I saw that, and as a longtime civilian, I'm very proud to have you on our side.
Well, we were out there protecting the world, keeping the world free, so you
For me.
so you could have all this wonderful thing.
This wonderful life,
All right.
yeah. Well, I can't think
What
of
are you
anything else to
doing?
say.
What are you doing this summer, Uncle Bill?
Oh, I'm still working. I love to work, and I'm never gonna retire.
Well, what is it
I'm
you-
out to break Uncle Paul's record.
What do you do for a living?
Nothing.
How can you make money doing nothing?
We have an expression in America called gold brick.
What does that mean?
That's a specialist. That's a fellow that thinks he's making you think he's doing something, but he's not.
And they pay you for this?
And they pay you for this. This is a secret career.
How much do they pay you?
It depends on how much you gold brick.
Do they need any help?
Yes, we've always got openings for other gold bricks.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, but I'm out to beat my brother Paul's record.
I understand that you're quite a sports fan, is that right?
Well, in my younger days, I was nuts about it. Now I'm just
Now you're just nuts, but not about it.
No, that's right. Semi-nuts.
He's over here.
Right.
Who are some of your favorite teams?
Well, there's only one team in the whole world, and it's spelled with 4 words. C-U-B-S. Cubs.
4 words? Okay.
Did I say word? All right.
Okay.
Well, don't forget,
What kind of
I
team?
didn't finish school.
What kind of team is it?
That is a baseball team, which sport Denmark doesn't have, and that's the only reason I never migrated to Denmark, because I could not live without baseball.
Why?
But if they open a team in Denmark, I will move to Denmark.
Why are you Americans so baseball crazy?
Where are you from? Are you a Russian?
From Ohio. Why are you so baseball crazy?
Because I was born that way.
Is everybody like that?
Yes, grandmother Gundel took me to my first game when I was 11 years old. She knew nothing of baseball. I can still remember her face, seeing men circling the bases, and what are they doing? And she didn't understand it, but she took me. That was a devoted mother. When I was 11, I still remember the score, 12-5. Sheriff Blake was the Cub pitcher and won the game against a spitball pitcher, which is now outlawed. And the Cubs won 12-5, and the year was 1929. And I've been a Cub fan ever since, through thick or thin. I know this is very dull to you back in Denmark, but this is the best we can do. Time is running out.
What about that other sport they play in the fall? You follow
Oh, yes,
that?
football, that's another game. Back home, you call that soccer. Here we call it football. I went to the football games for 37 years. I had a season ticket, and I missed 12 games in 37 years. But I no longer miss it because of television, and I don't like the field they play on. If they were still at Wrigley Field in Chicago, I would still be going. Next question.
As long as we got you up on our soapbox,
Yeah.
how do you feel about Chicago politics?
Chicago politics, I'll skip for the moment.
Who's the mayor of Chicago?
The mayor of
Harold
Chicago is Washington. What did he just say?
Harold.
Oh, I thought he was running out of film.
No, I've got hours and hours. Did you recently have an election here?
Yes, we did.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Mayor Washington, which is the shock of the entire Gundel family. Because Mayor Washington is black, and I don't look at people as black or white or green or yellow. I look at it as for the man and the party. And I will make a prediction that the United States will have a Hispanic mayor, a Hispanic president, and a woman president, and a Jewish president, but not all in my time or in that order.
And not all
Is
at
that
once.
enough
And not all at
pontificating?
once.
No, no, not all at once. However, it could be a Jewish woman. And I could kill two birds with one stone.
Oh, we do. Great.
Diane
Thank you.
Feinstein.
Are we on? These are the three famous Gundel brothers. And in order of seniority, I am the oldest, I am 86. My little brother here,
85.
85. Beg your pardon, let's not make it any older.
You'll be 85.
My second brother here is 81. And the baby brother, Bill,
I'm 39.
69.
69.
I tried to get away with it, folks, but I can't work.
We're all in favor, in
prohibition.
reasonably good health and enjoying life. And in behalf of all of them, I'd like to say hello to all our friends and relatives in Denmark.
And you
It's been nice
might
talking to
be interested to know that the three of us have lived this long because of good Danish stock.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
should have said something.
Thank you. We hope to someday to return to Denmark.
Farvel og venlig hilsen til alle i Danmark.
Beautiful. Good.
Don't turn it on. You haven't got it on, do you? Is it on? Is it running? Well, all right, then Bill didn't get a chance to ask too much about me. I'm single, and my two children, Jeff and Julie, take just about all my time. That and keeping up this house, and I have a full-time job as a secretary for a food service company. Julie didn't say too much about herself, but I'm very proud of her. She's a senior in high school next fall. She's an A student, and she's very involved in athletics. She made the varsity team for softball and for basketball. Varsity means each school has several different junior teams. For instance, a freshman team and a junior varsity team. But Julie made the varsity team, which is the top team that represents the school in sporting events. She works part-time at Kmart. Kmart is a discount-type department store where they have inexpensive clothing and items for your home, such as paints and hardware and towels and greeting cards and paper goods and all types of cleaning products. And she's a cashier there. She works part-time, and she likes it very much. Very proud of Jeffrey also. Jeffrey's 19, and he was away at school at Drake in Des Moines last year. This year he's going to stay home and go to a junior college, and he's also working as a computer programmer and has a very good job with a company here. Julie is excelling in Spanish, and I hope when she graduates that she and I are going to take a trip together as a graduation present for her. And maybe we will come to the Scandinavian countries, and since we're a few of the people that have not been to Denmark, Julie and my family, maybe we will come to Denmark. We will either go to a Spanish-speaking country or else we will go to the Scandinavian countries. And then she'll be off to college, so that will be our, more or less of our farewell party where we can get together with each other. Julie and I are very close. For a mother and daughter, we don't fight very much at all, and we're pretty much each other's best friend. I don't have too many outside interests. I bowl in a bowling team. And I like to listen to music and go to shows and the usual type things and out to dinner at restaurants. But my job and the kids and grandma and grandpa and all the other responsibilities that I have keep me pretty busy. And I think that's about all.
Electrified a bulb in my brain when she said she'd like to go to Denmark. So I'd like to announce that as my graduation gift,